Hey folks, JD here, and I want to talk a little bit today about these two particular Visuo models. I had the very first one, then I had the second incarnation. This was the third one that I had, which is the XS812 GPS, and then this is the most recent, which is the XS816 Battleshark. So let's talk first of all about the overall designs. So the Visuo quadcopters have got a very, very, very well pronounced look. Look at that. They look beautiful. Nice folding copters. Nice little camera underneath. Some of them have got eyes, look a little bit insectoid, a little bit, fish, mammal, shark-like. But they are very, very striking. Now, see, look at that. Beautiful. Lovely curves as well. Most of them, I think most, if not all, have been folding quadcopters. It just works really, really nicely. Now, let's first of all carry on with this, which is the XS812. Now, this is the GPS model, and I have not flown a toy grade copter that is as good as this. I've just got to say it. It's stable, very, very stable. Flies remarkably well. You get some good bit of distance out of this. The battery life is pretty damn long. The camera, the camera is always going to be a bit of a sticking point with these particular quadcopters. They're never as the manufacturers say they are. They're always a little bit noisy. Maybe the colour's a little bit off. It's okay. It's passable, but it's not going to ever turn into a video or photography drone. All in all, I just like it. It folds out into a beautiful shape. Look at that. Really nice striking shape. Battery life is pretty long as well, and it's light. It's under the 250 gram weight restriction limit. Let me just try. I've got a battery here as well. Let me just put it in. I'm pretty sure it's under the 250 gram. That comes in at 201. So there we are. Yeah, we're under the 250 gram limit there in so many places. So that's great. It's a really, really nice copter to have. Really nice copter to own. Battery life is good. You can see the LEDs from quite a way away. Orientation isn't a problem. The transmitter works extremely well. It's just an overall good copter. Now we come on to the XS816, the Battleshark. Now this is different. This does not have GPS. Instead, it has optical flow, a little optical flow camera there, just so that it can hold itself quite steady and hold position. And it does do it quite well. Now you can take that up to quite a bit of a height, and you do get the optical flow system does work. Now I did have a little bit of a slight issue. I hate to call it an issue, but it was a slight issue in so much that this copter did move on its own quite a bit, and that was, I think, I was down to mostly the optical flow system reading, trying to recalibrate, find out where it is, and maybe try to push the quadcopter around the place until it holds itself quite steady. You'll also notice, as this is the Battleshark version versus the standard version, you have a little fin at the back here, which you don't have on this particular model, just because it is a Battleshark. It is meant to be a shark, so you have its white teeth here, and you have the two eyes at the top and the little fin at the back. Now, the overall flight was good. Battery life, again, was very, very long. Standard Visuo battery in there, no issues there. I think all in all it was good. It's a good contender. It's a nice little add-on to the Visuo line. The optical flow sensor does mean that you do have nice stability if you're holding the quad in one place. Again, the biggest letdown again is this camera. The cameras aren't great. Now I can't really remember the difference between these two. I would honestly say that they're pretty much going to be the same. Now, I have looked at the footage of both of these side by side. I can't really see that much of a difference. Can you? I honestly don't think that there is much of a difference, but if there is, let me know. If you see a difference, just let me know. These particular motors, again, they're all brushed, so they are a little bit noisy, but at the same time, they do work very well, and the price point of the quadcopters sit very, very nicely. I think that cost me $79. This was sent to me by GearBest, but at the same time, they do retail for around about £50 to £60, I think. So again, it comes in at quite a nice price point for a nice long distance quadcopter, because you can fly them at quite a range. I can fly it to the other end of the field, which is 170, 180 meters. I don't have any problems there whatsoever. Both of them together, they both look very, very striking. If I was to compare them both, which I think is a bit unfair because obviously they are two different quadcopters, I would most definitely stick with the GPS model because, well, it has assisted flight via GPS, and I think that itself is just such a boon, and it really, really does hold itself really, really well. This one, if you're looking for a cheaper option, new to the Visuo line, don't want to spend that much money, I would say the Battleshark is a very nice quadcopter to have. Now, this particular quadcopter, I think the XS812 is a bit heavier. Let's try. It certainly feels a bit heavier, but let's have a little look and see, because I did have a feeling that this one, 160 grams. So it's 41 grams lighter than the GPS version. Now, and I noticed that in the flight that it was lighter. I even stated that this particular copter, the Battleshark, did feel as if it would be as if it would fly away if a big gust of wind came. I was flying it in about 4 to 6 mile an hour winds, and I did have a bit of an issue. I mean, just getting it moving because it's very light. But I didn't think it was unsafe. I didn't think it was going to fly away. So you're probably best off leaving this one to the summer. With the GPS version, the XS812, the black one to the left, you'll notice that is extremely stable. I had no issues whatsoever. It's got a bit more weight to it as well. It's a bit more chunky. Build quality on both of them are very, very good. I haven't had any queries, any concerns rather with that. I haven't had any issues in opening or closing the propeller arms. I think it all works very, very nicely, very, very well. Once again, these are just great quadcopters. They really are. They are tried and tested models. Visuo keep on, as you can see from the scale, from the size, and as you can see from the design, they sort of stick to the same design. It's kind of tried and tested for them, and it works. It works extremely well. Now, I think, once again, I would definitely go with the GPS version if you can. If not, then there's nothing wrong with the Battleshark's version. But just be warned that it is lighter, 41 grams lighter than the GPS version. You do feel it as if it is light when you're flying it as well. It's pretty nippy for a brushed quad, but it does come across very light. So that is definitely one certain downside for this particular one. But both of them together, they're just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant quads. They really are good. What has been your experience with Visuo? I've had no end of very good, very positive comments on the Visuo quadcopter videos that I've done in the past. You'll find them also, if you haven't caught up with them, you'll find them in the description should you want to see them as well. So there we are, my friends. That was the Visuo XS812 and the Visuo XS816. Quick chat, sort of a comparison. Just want to see exactly. I've had quite a few questions on both of them. Hopefully this has answered those questions. There we are, my friends. Thank you ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD. You've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And hit that bell too. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time, my friends, happy flying.